everyone, it's Rochelle from Shaluna Crafts. Let's go over a haul of some items I've gotten in the last few months. Let's get into it. Okay, hi everyone, it's Rochelle from Shaluna Crafts, and I wanted to come on here and share some items that I have bought in the past few months or so. Don't really know how long of a time period, probably at least 4 months. I don't tend to buy that many supplies. So I do have some exciting things I wanted to share. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the one that is probably the most exciting. So this is the 60 set of Faber-Castell Albert Dürer watercolor pencils. And I have heard especially Shell's coloring journey. She talks about these constantly. And I don't know what is going on with the prices of these. I have had these on my wish list for ages, and they just skyrocketed in price like multiple times. They're so expensive now. So what I ended up doing is actually getting a pre-owned set on eBay. And so you can tell the box is kind of, it's got stickers and whatever. But it didn't look like any of the pencils were actually sharpened. I've sharpened some of them now, but they're in perfect condition and super nice, and I'm very happy with them. And aren't the colors just beautiful? I just love it. So these ones are the same colors as polychromos. So the numbers, the colors are the same. This 60 set is the same as the polychromos set. So you can use them together and basically, base or whatever if you want to with the Albert Dürers, and then go on top with your polychromos, and it works really nice because you know exactly what color you're going for, and they're just gorgeous. The only bad thing is that my local art supply store does not have Albert Dürers for some reason, and so I can't get any open stock. So I could get them from the Blick website, but then you have to pay shipping. So maybe eventually I can try to expand the collection a little bit, but I'm very happy with these 60 colors. And I've already been using them some, and I use them in this page in Small Victories. And so I thought it would be fun to simply use Albert Dürers only on this page so that you could see what it looks like. I think a lot of people tend to use it as a base and then they do other things on top of it. But I wanted to go ahead and just do Albert Dürers only so that you could see what they look like. And you can see they kind of they remind me of water-based markers actually. Just the sort of effect that they give, they kind of remind me of how water-based markers look. So you can see you get really a nice even pigment all the way across your section that you color, and it's not streaky, it's not, I don't know what else. I pretty much just did flat coloring. I did a gradient of 3 colors here on this bird's tail, and I think that turned out really nice. So yeah, I was gonna kind of shade on this page, and then I realized, you know what, maybe I should just go ahead and do the Albert Dürers so that my audience can see what they look like by themselves. So if you haven't used watercolor pencils before, you might get an idea and see if you want to try them out. So I was thrilled to be able to get my hands on this set on eBay, and just looked carefully at the pictures, make sure you look at the reviews of the seller, all that good stuff, and you can get some really good deals. All right, so that was my new 60 set of Albert Dürers. So next I don't think I've ever shown these before, the 168 set of Guangna acrylic markers. I'm not really including this in this haul, but I can just show them to you because I got a few things that go along with these. So there's the swatch. There's all the markers. So what I was noticing when I color my Disney color by number pages is that a lot of the pages were requiring a lot of browns, especially like reddish browns, and pretty much like every single brown, like there's browns down here, there's some here, I was using every single brown in my pages, And sometimes it wasn't enough. I've even had to double up some of the colors and just have to look carefully at the page and see where the colors are placed so that they're not next to each other if they're doubled. So I went ahead and picked up another set of browns, and these are kind of like reddish browns. They're actually skin tone set of 12 colors, and these are also Guangna. So some of these colors are repeated from what I have already. The numbers match. But I think 3 or 4 of them are not repeated, and even if some of them are repeated, I use them so much in all my pages. I'm pretty much using these colors in every page that I do so far. So I figure this would be a good investment because I'm going to run out of these colors faster than I'm going to run out of some of the other ones, and I can replace these quicker. So yeah, these are these ones, and if you haven't used these before, you have to shake. You can hear ball bearing in there. And yeah, they're really nice markers. What I was discovering is that my black, the 611 color, was having trouble with the nib, and I replaced the nib with one of the few that they only gave me like 5 that came with this box. And so I had replaced the black nib, and then the next one started having the same problem. Here, let me put these away. Put this out of the way here. So the black one you use so much because it outlines all the elements on the page, I guess, with the Disney color by numbers. So since I was having such troubles with the black one in my main set, I decided to go ahead and find a pack of just black markers. So this is an 8-pack. This is just a random brand on Amazon. I wouldn't necessarily say, get this one or don't get this one. It's fine. It seems okay. It's got a dual tip, and the fine tip is not that fine. It's like a bullet tip. And I don't feel like it really creates that fine of a line, so I haven't really been using it. I think I'm able to get a little bit better of a control with just using the brush tip, and if you just use the very tip of it, you can get a pretty fine line there. So yeah, so got these ones as well to go along with my acrylic markers. So now I have an 8-pack, and these will probably all run out by the time the other colors run out because you use it so much. And then I also bought a pack of just nibs. So what I have been doing when I had to replace the black one, and then I also replaced a green one that was starting to go. So this is a pack of 100, and I just use tweezers to pull it straight out of the pen and then push this one in. And all you have to do really is hold the pen like upside down, like the nib toward the bottom. Let gravity do the work, and let the ink just go right straight down into the nib, and you can see it visually. It starts to color the nib, and then once you get to the bottom, you can start using it. All right, so these are 3 things that I got to go along with my Disney coloring and my acrylic markers. Okay, so next up I have the Ohuhu glitter marker set of 12 colors. And I wanted to try these out because I've seen a lot of people use them, and they seem really nice and opaque and strong colors. And so I do love my glitter accents. I use the Jelly Roll Stardust pens. So I wanted to give these a try too. And they are really beautiful. You do have to shake them. And I'll show you what they look like. Hopefully you can see the glitter. It is very glittery. The colors don't have any kind of like label, so I'm trying to keep them in order to match my swatch. You see that silver? Hopefully you can see how glittery it is. It's very beautiful. So yeah, I'm happy with these. There's some different colors that the jelly rolls don't have. Try this black one here. And it's a pretty, like, bullet tip, kind of large bullet tip, I guess. Not that large, but it's bigger. It's a bigger tip than you would get from like a jelly roll. It's like probably at least 1 millimeter. I noticed that the darker colors don't have as much of an obvious glitter. You can still see that. But like compare it to like the silver one, for example, the black one is more subtle. So like the brighter colors seem to have the stronger glitter. It's like just more obvious right away when you see it, if that makes sense. These ones have been on my wish list forever. So I'm really happy to add them to my collection. Get some fun accents going. So those are the Ohuhu glitter markers. Okay, so next I have some Neocolor 2s that I picked up open stock, and I also have some Polychromos that I picked up open stock, and I just found these at my local art supply store. So for the Polychromos, what I own is the 60 set. So here's my swatch for that, and this is the 60, these 3 columns, and then these are all open stock colors that I have picked up. So the last time I was there, I picked up these last 5 colors. And they're super pretty. So I've got Crimson, Caput Mortem Violet, Orange Glaze, India Red, and Burnt Carmine. And just test them out for you. This color is super interesting. Kind of like a purpley brown. That's the Caput Mortem Violet. The Orange Glaze I really love because it's like kind of a nice neutral orange. I think the oranges that are in the 60 set are kind of bright. And this one is more, I don't know, I think it's just really pretty. It's like totally pumpkin-y. India Red I love because this type of color will go great with bricks. Love it. Nice dark red. A little bit of brown in there. And then Burnt Carmine. This one's similar to that one, but it's more reddish. A little lighter. Yeah, so those are some more colors I picked up, trying to expand my Polychromos set of colors, my range. Hopefully you can see those. They're all really pretty. And then I can show off the Neocolor 2s that I have. So this is my swatch for that. I bought the 30 set. And so since I bought the 30 set, I've picked up 6 more colors. So I've got grass green, moss green, desert rose, indigo blue, aubergine, and saffron. And I think they're all stunning. So let me test them out for you. This is indigo blue. This one, when it goes on, is like so dark. I'm just going to use my water brush. Not too much water. Oh, look at that. It's so beautiful. It's very, it's like navy blue, but it's got a hint of purple. See that? Oh, that's so pretty. Very happy with these colors I picked up. All right, so that was indigo blue. Aubergine I also love. I love purple. Look at that gorgeous purple color. And then I've got saffron. Again, I got kind of like a more muted orange. Then Desert Rose, which is kind of nice. I think this one will actually kind of, might work for some skin tones. And then Moss Green, which kind of makes me think of like pine trees. And then a grass green. I do feel like a grass type of green is kind of missing in the 30 set. Like this one is, the yellow green is too light. This one is kind of bluish. Yeah, I don't know. I love coloring like green and trees and stuff, and so I felt like, you know, I'm kind of missing a kind of grass color. So I picked that one up. Right now I'm using a marker pad, so it's probably more of a thicker paper than I would normally be coloring on in a coloring book. So it might look slightly different. I might have gotten some green in that. Yeah, it doesn't look quite right. You can redo it. Super pretty orange. You can see how they look when they're drying. The first ones that I did. Let me do this one again. It's not quite a yellow, kind of a beigey color. Yeah. So those are kind of some nice extra colors that I have to supplement my sets. I think it's really nice to do it that way when you can only afford a certain set, or even just can only find a certain set, or sometimes you don't want to buy the huge set because it might have multiple colors that aren't really useful to you. So anyway, it's really nice to just find a local supply store or website and buy some open stock art supplies that can be helpful to you. So there we go. There's some more new color 2s and polychromos. Okay, and the last thing I have to show for you today is super exciting. I got a new book. This is Rita Berman's new book, and it's in German, but it translates to The Land of Little Adventures. And I wasn't planning on getting this one because it's only available from Amazon Germany, probably other websites too, but it had really expensive shipping to the US at first, and then the price kind of changed, and I had a gift card on Amazon, so I went ahead and purchased it. And it really didn't take too long to get here from Amazon Germany, so that's really exciting. And this book is just absolutely so cute. So much charm and personality in it with the different characters. I'm sure you've probably all seen a flip through. But I'm so looking forward to diving into this book. I've already gotten a page started here. And this one is, I've only done like some basing so far. I've done a little bit of shading, but mostly Neocolor 2s as well as the Albrecht Dürers. So that page is going. I also wanted to show a trick that I do when I'm using a new book. So I've already started doing this trick on this book. What I like to do, because when the book is new, like if you're trying to do a page back here, it's not really going to stay flat for you. It's just going to want to close. So I like to weigh down the other side of the page with binder clips. So I just do like one on top, one on bottom. And it's really just providing a little bit of a counterweight to balance out the page. And as you can see, it's already looking a lot more flat. And it's kind of just staying open on its own. I don't have to like push it down. So that's one thing I like to do, and it's not too much stress on the book. It's not too much weight. It's not like breaking the book open. So anyway, I think this book is adorable. I really like the style that Rita Berman is going for. All these cute little animals, and they're doing crafts, and they're doing music and cooking and baking and art, and so cute. So there's all the characters, probably most of them. And this book just puts a smile on my face. So let me know in the comments if you're planning on picking this one up. If you are in an area of the world that is able to easier get this book, or if you're in the US like me. I think I paid about $29 for it, US. Which is more than I would normally spend, but I did have a gift card, so there's that. This one is adorable. This little mouse is living in like a coffee maker house and is doing laundry. It's so cute. Some of the pages on the left, I remember in Rita Berman, when she announced this book on her website, it said there would be primarily single-sided pages, and I think that's what she was going for with some of these pages on the left that are kind of sparse. And they've got like the grid and the lines and stuff. I think that's what she was going for. It's kind of a single-sided, so if you wanted to maybe sacrifice one and use alcohol markers or whatever, I imagine she probably kind of didn't want to make them too sparse. That's why it's not real obvious that it's kind of single-sided in a way. There's a cute bear. That truck is so cute. The honeybee hive. There's the cat with the umbrella. I think this house is so cute. I love the side view of the house, like a dollhouse view, and then there's the Eiffel Tower there. Like, I want this house. I want to live there. So adorable. This page I love. I love to bake. And here's the bunny and the mouse, and they're baking, and the mouse is decorating the cupcake. It's so cute. That one's going to be really fun to do. Yeah, there's an example of kind of a sparse single-sided page, as it were. That one's super cute. I feel sometimes intimidated by Rita Berman's pages because there's so much going on the page, so this book will be a good challenge for me. This page is one of my favorites too. This little bunny is gardening, tending to her tomato plant. It's so adorable. That one's cute. Bunny is giving flowers to the bunny. And I would say the paper in this book has been good so far. I haven't noticed much like warping or anything with the water mediums I've been using. Taking a picture of her gelato cone. I love gelato. Now they're all together taking a road trip. I don't like the spooky pages. I don't like Halloween. But there's only a few. This owl is so cute. The little hat she's wearing. And this little owl is knitting. That's adorable. And the little trailer is so cute. Little hedgehog. Yeah, so much potential in this book. These pages are just so adorable. Hopefully you can see it okay. Hopefully I kept it in frame. Yeah, so if you haven't seen a flip through for this, let me know what you think. If you have already, still let me know what you think. Let me know if you're planning on picking this one up. I think it's hard for me to pass up Rita Berman. I already have 4 of her books. Now this is my 5th one. And I just love them all. They're so fantastic. Her creativity is just stunning. And when you look at her coloring too, because she colored this, it's so stunning and it's just so gorgeous. And I'm just like, I know I can never live up to this, but that's okay. I think the point is that you just kind of go crazy with color, go crazy with your imagination, go wild. Do whatever you want. Make it super colorful. And this book, let me see if I can compare it to something. I've got World of Flowers sitting here. So this one is smaller than that one. So this one might be the same as like the English, like Hidden Earth Hidden Oceans ones. That's what I feel like it probably is. So, all right. Well, that was the last item I wanted to show you today for my small haul for the last few months, and I really am happy that you were able to stick around to the whole end of the video. And if you did, please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to subscribe. There are, I think it's like 87% or something of people who watch my videos are not subscribed to me. So maybe you thought you were subscribed and you're not, so just double check that and subscribe if you want to. And I really appreciate you being here, and let me know what you think of this book and the other stuff that I got. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and happy coloring. Bye!